Sean O'Malley, victorious again with just less than 20 seconds to go. You got that knockout. I mean, talk us through that performance and just how much it means to you.
Yeah, it felt really good. I knew when I landed the shot because I looked at the clock. Some analysts would say that it's not a good thing to look at the clock. I think that's an amateur look on that. I looked at the clock before I landed that right hand, and I knew I had a certain amount of time to either get his lights out or save my energy for the rest of the fight. But I knew how much time I had left, and I knew I landed a clean shot that I could get him out of there. So it felt good to get him out of there in the first.
And you said, not so much a step up in competition. You fought tough competition before, but you said he was very tough. Talk to us about that toughness and how hard it was to put on that show that you did tonight, especially given the fact you're injured coming into this, we now learn.
Yeah, Chris Moutinho is the definition of tough. I'm not going to fight someone tougher than him that can eat that many shots. I thought Paiva was – I planned on going 15 minutes. I thought Paiva was going to be able to eat those shots, but he didn't. So, it felt good. I thought he was definitely one of the tougher guys I've ever fought. He was ranked 15 2 weeks ago. Now he's not. So, I don't know. The rankings don't really make sense, but as far as competition-wise, I think he was one of the better guys.
You've called yourself the unranked champ, but there's a point at which, a ranking does help you, and a ranking's what gets you further up the ladder in terms of competition. I think your star power does that for you anyway. We've touched on that before, but taking out a guy that was number 15, you've got to be in there in the conversation now to call out, the names like Dominic, Dominic Cruz and some of the others you've mentioned, possibly getting the Chita Vera one back. I mean, what, at this point, I know you're digesting the fight, what makes sense to you? What excites you?
Christmas. I just missed Thanksgiving. I fought 3 times last year, fought 3 times this year. I feel like I just always have a fight coming up. So it excites me to not have a fight coming up right now. My thumb's sore, my knee's a little sore. I got to have my ribs heal, and I know ribs take for a long time. So we'll see. I think, give me a couple weeks, and I'll get that itch back.
We always want to ask, who's next as soon as you come out of this? And it's just that we're excited to see you in there again. But, you definitely deserve that Christmas break. So in terms of the fight just now, you were closest to the action. I know you'll want to watch it back. But talk us through that finish because it was really impressive.
I know. It's hard, too, because all I saw was after with Joe, and I looked up at the screen. I landed a beautiful right hand. And, I'm very good at finding people's chins with my right hand, especially on orthodox fighters. I think that's one reason why Moutinho lasted as long as he did. It took it was short notice for him, but it was short notice for me too. He was the southpaw, and I was sparring all orthodox guys for Smolka. When I'm fighting an orthodox guy like that, I'm going to find his chin sooner than later.
You talked a lot about your patience as well. You don't necessarily rush it. So in this instant, when you looked at the clock, was there a sense that, I am a patient guy, but I'd actually quite like to get out of here and, get recovered and get back to the hotel or whatever party awaits you tonight? Yeah,
I think it was an aggressive, patient approach. It was patient in the sense that I was throwing good combos. I was throwing clean combos. I wasn't rushing in. I wasn't looking for a takedown because I knew I cracked him. Obviously, I wouldn't do that anyway. But, I wasn't just going crazy and trying to get him out of there. I was landing the shots necessary to get him out of there. So I was patient but aggressive.
So I know you're not going to sort of call out any opponents now as well. Did you just see Cody Gaethje's loss just now as well? Because obviously you did the face-off. That was a fight that, although different weight classes now at some point we might have been excited about. But did you just witness that?
Yeah, I did just see it. I know he's usually very active on Twitter after my fight against Cheeto, and he wanted to, try to burn the hype down. But I got nothing bad to say. He's had a tough career. He's done some big things, and I'm sure he's dealing with, probably dealing with a lot right now. So, best of luck to him.
Absolutely. And in terms of, you said you weren't able to train properly coming into this. Can you disclose a little bit more about what what necessarily the injury was or what was holding you back?
Yeah, it was just something really weird. It was grappling day, and I was grappling with Tanquinho, my coach, who everyone knows is one of the best grapplers in the world. And he had a body lock on me from the back, and I went to turn. He kind of squeezed at the same time, and I just felt my rib I don't know what happened, but my rib was just real bad. And that was a Friday, so Saturday is when I spar, and I knew, I'm like, I can't, there's not a chance I can spar. And that was 3 weeks ago, so I didn't spar Saturday, didn't spar Wednesday. I was going to spar Saturday because I didn't do anything with my rib at all. I didn't grapple, and I was warming up and just literally did the slightest of grappling just to warm up, and it just hurt so bad. And I didn't spar again Saturday, and I was just laying in bed, and I was contemplating on texting Sean Shelby and saying, I can't train, I can't grapple. But there was just, that was a very quick thought. And then I was like, I can run and I can hit mitts, and this kid is not going to be able to grab me. I'm going to be way too fast. And in that big cage under those lights, no one performs the way I do. And I just made it happen.
So you said in there to Joe Rogan, it was knowing that the crowd, a lot of them are here for you. That's what pulled you through to not pull out.
Yeah, absolutely. I know now it's like when there's a big card, they're not just here for Charles and Dustin, although they could be. That's a huge fight. It's exciting, but they're here for the Suga show. I think I had the loudest pop at weigh-ins yesterday, and I bring a lot of fans out.
You do, and let's talk about the bantamweight division landscape right now. Obviously, a little bit kind of sticky at the top with Aljamain Sterling still has his injury. He'll be set to rematch with Petr Yan, the now interim champion. How do you see that one going down between the two of them when they rematch?
It's hard to pick against Peter, but Aljo's a legitimate top. I mean, he's the champ. He's a legit top bantamweight fighter. So I think that fight's going to play out, however it plays out. But I think Peter gets the job done again.
And how much was tonight's win about getting it back for Kyler Ferret?
Kyler already whooped Paiva. I watched that fight. I didn't rewatch it. I watched it one time, and I was like, okay, Kyler won that. Worse, it would have been a draw. But, I think Kyler can hold his own, and they're probably not going to rematch. But if they did, Kyler would take him out. Kyler's one of the best bantamweights in the UFC right now, and you guys will see that.
All right, and just finally tonight, what does this particular win mean to you, especially coming in with the injuries you did?
Yeah, it's such a relief. I've never really went into a fight injured. So there was the mind battles you play with when you close your eyes, but I'm very good at countering those and being very aware of my thoughts, and I'm very just proud of myself for being in control of my mind.
Well, we're sure you put on a great show for us tonight as well. We're sure you're going to enjoy Christmas and everything that comes this way. What are you going to do to celebrate?
You got a bunch of the boys that came out. My little princess is back home in Phoenix, so I'm going to take a jet home early tomorrow and see her.
You got the jet again?
Of course.
There you go, the Suga Show. Thank you so much for talking to us. Congratulations.
Thank you.